Welcome everyone. We are here to play a D&D 5 edition game for the group Unnamed Adventures Guild. My name is Lionel. I'm going to be the DM. Let's present our players and their characters.
I'm Brendan. I'll be playing Throak the Vexatious. He's a third level mountain dwarf wizard. He joined the guild a little while ago, and he is finding everything that he looked for the confines of the guild. Good companionship and plenty of knowledge, plus some adventure and power to go with it.
Okay. And the other character will be, you can give a brief description. John or Tyler? Hello?
Hello.
Can you describe your character for...
Oh, my apologies. Yeah. The half elf, Arufir Vicaril. He has he's a lawful good character, and he's traveled around a while. He's entertained here and there, and he's getting lonely. He wants companionship, in the sense of a family, a team, something of the sort. And so he ventured off to meet some people. Yeah, if that's appropriate. And he's got blue eyes. He doesn't have a beard. He's got clean face, light skin. Yeah, he's not that tall. He's about, I would say, about average. I think that's about it. Unless I'm supposed to mention something else.
No. Can you imagine a reason? Sorry. No, I will explain that. So basically, your character has been turned around. He have found himself in need of company, and he heard about the city of Illumina and the wonders that are being happening there. Very struggling place, lots of troubles, but also lots of opportunities. And in there, you heard about the guild, Unnamed Adventures Guild, a guild made by a wizard named Pincus, with the objective of giving a proper management to the adventures, like job. So the guild hires adventurers as, we'll say, mercenaries in a sense. You have to, when you enter the guild and you go up to the office of Pincus the gnome. He greets you. He takes you, sits you in front of his desk, and begins to explain to you that basically the guild hire people, make you, he gives you a contract, and you read it, and what it says that you are giving they are allowing you to get a first access or first notice of the different assignments or requests that come to the guild, and you can pick whichever you think is appropriate. And you go there, and there are many pay money, and they just take 1 percentage when the deed is done, is completed. The guild takes a percentage, this is 10%, and they also can provide you with like a bank, in the sense that you can store your money, and it's that money will be safe in case you have to go away for a while, and um, it prevents you to lose everything if someone attacks you and takes your stuff. And they also provide with the opportunity of resurrection if your body is brought back. They will charge that resurrection, but you can be in debt if you don't have the money. Like it is uh, like a good option. Thinking that is in some temples do not will ask money first, and you sign the contract. The guild master Pincus shakes your hand, tells you to wait downstairs in the hall of the guild and meet new recruits, and being there until something comes up. He used to go down to give the news about requests, but lately he has just made a deal with the city guard and some other known clients of the guild to they just to come and post in the board post in and just give the notice, so he does not have to go down every time to give the news. And as you go down to the hall, you meet you see in there a dwarf, a, a mountain dwarf. You recognize the race, but strangely enough, it seems a little bit different. You are it's not a as you have other dwarves you have seen. Most of the dwarves are heavily armored, but even he has something different. You cannot pick exactly what it is. What is your character doing in the hall?
My character?
Yes.
Throak is drinking and studying his spell book with his staff with a warhammer head setting next to him. But he's sitting in his medium his scale shirt, and he's just sitting there drinking a brew and reading a spell book.
Okay. So it has been 3 days since the last session. Throak was in the beginning, but somehow while he was going to enter to the cave in the mountains, something came up and he had to go back to the guild. So he's in the guild right now. And you see him reading, and in one corner there is a drow lady singing, um, along with a wood elf lady. They are chatting to each other. One of them is it's mid morning. They are chatting, deciding what to do next. Uh, um, uh, the this early in the morning, there is not much movement inside the guild. Some some characters go down stairs from the what will be the barracks, and go out. People chatting here and there, and well, some bring food or drinks from the bar just in front of the guild building, and so you hear some of them saying, "There is nothing really right now. There, those requests are either too risky or just they do not give enough money. Let's go and drink a bit on the silver chalice." And they chat, yeah, yeah, sure, let's go and spend time. Maybe we can hear some rumors there of better jobs. Right now, it's kind of these days business is low, and they go out. Some of them, there you see a group of adventurers really beat down, just arriving. They're panting, exhausting, or they just want to take their armor off and say, "I'm done. We are done," and they sit, but somehow they are happy because they finished their quest, and one of them goes separates from the group and goes upstairs to talk to Pinks. And that's the general environment of the guild. uh, what would you like to do?
Me?
Yes. Can you post? Okay, right. Forget you have not do not have access to the chat.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, yeah. What you are going to do? What your character is going to do?
Okay, yeah, do I might have missed this. Do I know, uh, don't remember, um, your name or your character's name? Um,
Throak.
Throak.
spell that?
THR.
Oh,
Throck?
Yes.
close.
Oh,
THROAK hyphen AK.
Throck? Do I know Throck somehow? Or I just happen to be in the same area?
You just
I don't
arrived,
recall us going on an adventure before.
so no, you will not know him.
No? Okay. Well, I go around and I'll greet people that I believe are going to give me a good response or positive response. I kind of avoid people that look grim or grum, just that people that look either angry or don't want to be upset or bothered. Um, and I happen upon a wizard, if that's what you are, correct?
You wouldn't
Sorry, I
know
have
that.
to.
He's wearing. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I have to turn down because there was some noise in here. Real life. So, what were you saying?
What was I saying?
I was just saying that. So you wouldn't really. I don't. It would depend on your perception. I'm reading a large book, but I've got a warhammer next to me, and I'm wearing armor. So take that as you will.
Yeah, that's what I say. You hear, you see that something is off. That is does not match with the general preconception or idea that you have about dwarfs. You have met dwarfs before in your uh, job of entertainer, and most of them are heavily armored, have a hammer or a really big strong mace, and they drink beer and they chat and they scream and uh, they 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 are really oriented to let's say the aggressive side. Not that not that they are aggressive per se, but to maybe more active, like but this
Martial.
dwarf,
Very martial.
yeah, thank you. But this dwarf seems a bit different. Something is off. That's what you can get.
Something is off about this dwarf.
Yeah, something different.
Okay.
Is not useful.
Am I weary of this, or is that up to me?
And from it is, it's not that it is threatening.
Alarming? Okay.
He can be dangerous. You don't know that, but remember that threatening and dangerous are two different things. So it's something of
Okay.
it's like not the abnormal dwarf you will meet.
Okay. So I happen to walk up to him and
John,
say,
hold on. Let me explain it like this. So,
"I'm sorry. Am I doing something wrong?"
I assume you went to high school. No, not at all. I just want to explain it. I think Lionel's trying to explain it one way, and so all he was saying by it being off is you went to high school, right?
Yeah.
Just a regular public high school.
Yes and no.
Think of the biggest football player. Okay, well, biggest football player there, biggest sports guy there.
I didn't
Okay,
really.
got him in your head.
I don't. I didn't. Pay attention.
Think of a player of
That guy
football.
walked in. Imagine that guy walks in wearing a tutu. Goes and he's just going about his day wearing a tutu.
Okay.
There's something off about that, right?
Yeah.
It's not what you expected to see.
You've got a warhammer. and
That's
you're reading
this
a book.
guy.
Yeah.
Right. He's wearing medium armor, but he's reading a book. He's got a warhammer next to him, or what appears to be a warhammer next to him, but it's not a very utilitarian warhammer. It's got eldritch runes on it, and it's a little incongruous. It's not quite right. There's something that isn't.
I like your vocabulary.
I do what I can. So there's something that's just not. It's not everything you would expect. You as a player know that I'm a wizard character, unless you talk to somebody and said, "Hey, that guy's a wizard over there."
Well, I didn't know
that character probably wouldn't know that.
I was just gonna say I.
Yeah. You interrupt him.
And that's.
He was saying that he was just going to approach to see what was that specialty. If I'm right.
I was gonna walk up and ask him, "Hey, what are you reading?" I'm so and so. I'm just gonna approach and introduce myself. Say, "Hey, what are you reading?" I'm Aerofear.
Throak the Vexation. I'm reading a book. Enjoying a beer? Do you need a beer? I suppose I could pour you some. You're a fairly small fellow. Probably couldn't drink much.
Oh, sure. Why not?
You have a mug? They have some over there if you. And while you're over there, there's beer. Hey, since you're going over there, could you refill my beer?
Sure. Not a problem. So I go do that.
And I go back to reading, chuckling under my breath. I made the new guy get me a beer. That was me 2 weeks ago.
And I come back with the drink and my own. Smaller, of course.
Excellent. So who are you now?
I'm Aerofear Vicaril. I go around and I did and entertain for many a tavern, many an audience. And I felt that I needed some company and some companionship of some sort. Maybe settle down a bit or go adventuring, whichever works first. And I ended up here.
It's a heck of a place to be, especially if you're of the adventuring sort. All kinds of interesting things come through Illumina.
Oh yeah, what kind of things?
Let's see. A few weeks ago, dwarf uh, joined a group with and fought, killed several wyverns, captured a couple, earned loads of money, and I've been trying to live off that money and learn some more and try to be as powerful as my companions here.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Um, you're chatting, talking to each other, and suddenly a messenger comes up and posts a paper parchment in what a Throwback would recognize as the guild's board for requests. Looks around, uh, goes up and then goes up. A few moments later, goes down and goes up. This messenger was it's has fancier clothes than usual. They are not as expensive as the clothes of a noble, but they are quite fancy. Uh, and some people in the guild go and check the parchment and say, yeah, no, we're too tired for this. Or another say, I'm not sure. I mean, I could try, but I don't know. And they turn back to where they were standing and or sitting and begin to wonder if they can or if they can't. What do you do?
As people start moving away, I'll look over at Arafir, my new companion, and say, "You want to go check on see what's new on the board? Always something fun and exciting to be done around here."
All right.
As you go and check that parchment, you see that fancy. There is a like a request of special of a lord in Illumina. His a girl, his daughter is about to reach her 15th, and he wants to give her something special. So he's asking for adventures to go and hunt a living animal, living prey, and bring it back alive. It must be the wording is an exquisite capture, but do not specify which kind of animal or beast or thing you want to capture. It is, for the common sense, you will say that it is not in this Illumina is not welcome. Do not welcome dangerous monsters like the goblinoids and all those, and that will not be a suitable catch because of the danger and stuff. But they do not specify nothing more, and they are willing to pay
Huh.
depending of the catch. It will from if it brings the attention and it's a suitable gift, they are disposed to pay 500 gold pieces total for
Ooh.
those who capture it. And they are expecting the adventurers to bring back the animal caged, or the creature caged and in good condition. They will, when the adventurers arrive, they can uh, talk to Pincus, and he will send a message for the messenger to come and check.
Oh. What do you think? Sound interesting? I can't do it myself, but make some.
Yeah, that sounds like a good gesture to assist with. I'll follow your lead.
Come on, let's go talk to Pincus.
So you go up. Uh, the door is closed. You hear some noise, some mumbling from the other side. But nothing else. Do you enter?
Knock on the door, poke my head through.
Okay. Yes.
Pincus, you have a moment, sir?
Sure. Give me a moment. And he takes the whole parchment of cheats, the whole group of cheats that he has, and like pat them and put them down in on the on uh sorry guys, I do not remember the word I'm looking at, like the under inside the desk.
In the drawer.
Yeah, in a drawer, and closes it and clicks. Yes. What do you need?
We saw this this notice that was just put up for a job, and if you give us a little more information on maybe what exactly they're looking for. It says something interesting and not dangerous, but some little more information. It sounds like something
this
we can take care of it.
Yeah, I have met every now and then the lords. They are, in my opinion, rare. They have rare tastes. I will say that for your safety, do not bring dangerous creatures. If that child gets, it will be a problem for you and maybe for the guild. So do not bring anything dangerous. But up to that, over that, it's up to you. You can bring a pretty beautiful animal, or maybe uh, something that comes from the range of, I don't know, fairy like. It's up to you what you can find. Maybe you don't need to go and hunt. You can go and buy something for her. The merchant is just using the guild for easy, or to get to pick which gift he wants to give.
All right, I will take the job then. I think is Arafir. What do you think we can pull this one off?
Yeah, I think we've got this. Let's go on an adventure.
We'll take the job, Pincus.
Okay. Be sure to notify me. Do you need something else?
A a cage to hold it in, maybe a wagon to carry the cage. But I think other than that, in case we end up having to go out and actually find something.
Okay, I can provide you a cage that we have, but for the wagon, you will have to look through. Some of the adventurers in here have their own wagons. You can maybe ask them if they want to accompany you, or they lend you their wagon. And you will. I
Yeah,
remember
let me see
you.
if Carrick has one, I believe. Do you know if he's around? Have you seen him?
Um, Not lately, but you can go and check. Maybe he's in the barracks or in the guild. I have heard he visits quite often the stables of the city.
Okay.
I think this other fellow, Chris, and his fiancée, Lila, have one
Oh, excellent.
as well.
Well, I'll go. I'll check around for Carrick and see if Lila. Yeah, they usually are around together. So I'll
Do
go
you know
looking for
Lila?
them. I believe I've met her in passing. I believe Carrick introduced us after the Wyvern episode.
The one episode. Yeah, you have heard of Lila. She is the drow lady that was in the guild.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I've heard of her at least,
What?
but it's a weird elf, half elf, high elf. He goes always goes, wakes up early in the morning and goes and spends very little time in the guild and goes outside to do stuff and only arrives later at night. But it's very schoolers like.
I
You will say so.
apologize to
Sorry?
I apologize to interrupt, but your audio on my end is getting staticky. Is it getting staticky on your end?
It is.
Okay, I'm going to reload because I have a lot of stuff.
Did I say something wrong, or is he just rejoining?
He's going to reload, I believe.
Okay. Thought he ran away from us.
I believe so.
So yeah, I'm not from around here. This is all new to me.
Okay, what about now?
Much better, thank you.
Yeah, much better.
Did you understand what I was saying?
You were saying Lila is downstairs. She was one
Yeah,
of
is
the
the draw.
elves playing. She was the drow elf that was playing.
Yes.
And that her fiance is a high elf. Well, wakes up early, and then I didn't catch much after that.
Yeah, he is basically unless he's working for the guild, he spent very little time inside the guild, and he's very schoolers like. You from what you have studied from your studies, you will guess he is a wizard as well. But Carrick, let me see if he's in there. No, Carrick is not. You look for around away for a while, but he does not seems to be around, or at least not inside the guild.
Okay, then I guess I would go over to Lila. Excuse me, my lady. I hate to interrupt.
She stops her lyre and say, "Yes, hello."
Uh, we met in passing a week or so ago, um, and I hate to ask this. Is there any way I could borrow your wagon? We've got a job for Pincus collection, hunting type job, and I really don't want to have to carry um, whatever it is that we catch back to the city. Of course, I'd like to give you a surety just to make sure in case anything happens. I have an amethyst worth 100 gold if you'd like to hold on to that until we return it your wagon back in good order. I can let you hold on to that while I have your wagon. And if something were to happen, of course, you would be free to dispose of that as you will.
Yeah, he looks at you. She looks at you from head to toe. Well, you're a dwarf, and you're from the guild. It is perhaps you're a wizard. Yeah, I have
I
no
am, my lady,
trouble.
very perceptive.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, we are not have no trouble. Arrakis has allowed me to share the the wagon in case an adventure needs it. We are, at least we are not that picky about lending it, but I will need to make sure that you do not harm it, not the horses. And if you can guarantee me that I don't need that you pay me with or give me give me something in exchange if something happens. Just be sure. For
Of
me, it's
course.
important for you to
If
make sure that it does not get damaged and the horses are fed. Do you perhaps have any
of
driver, or do you know how to drive?
Uh, I have some knowledge in driving. I am proficient in wagons and the like. I but I don't need a driver. I believe we'll be able to handle it
Okay,
ourselves.
okay. Then just go to the stables. Perhaps Kethia is there, and she will lend you the wagon.
Thank you very
Uh,
much.
just be sure to show her the pin of the guild.
Of course. And thank you again, my
Uh,
lady.
okay. And you go to the stables, and there is standard building. Some horses are just entering with a human lady, and when you enter the stables, you see at the right of the entrance, will be a small desk with some notes, and there is a old human male sorting things through and closing the drawers. He sees at you and say, "Yes, hello. Uh, what would you need?"
I just spoke to Lila, and she has given me permission to use her wagon for the purposes of a job for Pincus, of course.
Uh, yeah, sure. Katia is in the back. Go ahead and ask her. She will show you the
Thank you.
wagon. And when you walk away, there is a wood elf lady, a roguish like clothes and uh, here, and she's unpacking stuff from a very sturdy wagon reinforced in metal. The two horses that are what that were pulling the wagon are just uh, playful and quite young. And when you meet her and she sees the pin of the guild, she says, "Oh, okay, okay. So Lila sent you. Okay. Let me finish the unpacking, and you can take the wagon. The horses are
Let
fit."
but let me give you a hand. I certainly not going to let you do it by yourself.
Okay, thank you. And you both finish to unpack the things, and the wagon is free. Uh, sorry, it's unloaded, and she shows you some stuff that you have to take care about the playful horses, and says, "Okay, good to go. Be sure to bring it back here."
I will, of course. Thank you very much
Okay.
for your assistance. Do you know where Pincus keeps the cages?
Oh, you will have to go back to the guild, and in the at the back of the guild there should be someone to talk to.
Excellent. Thank you. I wasn't sure if maybe there was a storeroom nearby.
Okay.
I'll take care of it right now. And
And
hop on the
you go back to
wagon and
okay. You go back to the guild. They showed you the cage. It's a 10 by 10 cage. Very sturdy. It fits in the wagon. You have to take off out the cover of the wagon for it to enter and be in there. But you pack it and you are ready to go. What else would you want to do?
oh. So what do you think, Arafir? Should we try the market, or do you think we should just head on out and see what we can find?
Um, so it just can't be dangerous, correct? The animal cannot be dangerous, and it has to fit inside the cage. And how big is the cage again?
10 by 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
So
Will
basically
fit a
you can.
large animal.
Yeah.
Large animal. Okay. I would prefer to maybe.
I believe that they said something of that.
Sorry.
I think they said it's pretty or interesting, but in good condition, and so nothing dangerous, just interesting.
What about
I
a
mean,
fairy
the
dragon?
note does not say that it does not have to be dangerous.
Okay.
Perhaps the idea is dangerous in a good way. Perhaps the problem is that if you're going to catch it, and you know this being a wizard, because of your intelligence, is that uh, if you're going to catch it wild in the wild, the animal or the thing will be untrained, and it could be dangerous in a sense that could attack just to secure himself and escape. And that's an issue. But
And
if
attacking a little girl, even if she is 15, not a good thing, especially if you want to continue employment. Got it.
yes,
Yeah. So then that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to find us a fairy dragon.
Okay, that's certainly interesting. Probably pretty. Um, Bordering on dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I suppose that'll fit.
So where do you propose we start then?
Do you think we should try just the marketplace? Do you want to?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good place
I
to
haven't
start.
heard anything. I haven't heard any places, any fairy dragons any places that fairy dragons wander around here. But yeah, we can try the marketplace to begin with.
Possibly ask around if we can't find it in the market.
Certainly.
Okay, so you're going for the fiery dragon. Okay, so roll me. One of you roll Arcana, and the other roll Investigation. You can switch if you want to. Well, pick which one. Each one of you.
So I'm proficient in both. Is there one that you're better at?
Sorry, I had it muted. Arcana. I don't believe this has Arcana on it. I can't. Wait. Yes, it is. I was on the wrong list. All right. +2 ability modifier for Arcana. And then what was the other one? Investigation?
Investigation.
+2 for investigation.
So it doesn't matter.
Let's see, what do I have? Hold on. Oh, the total's on the left. See, this is confusing a bit. Arcana would be 2, and then investigation would be. They're both 2. I was reading the left, right, but.
So in that case, I'll do the investigation, and I rolled a natural 1 with my +6 modifier, makes it a 7.
Yeah, you keep asking around the merchant street, but no one seems to recall. The people is strange. Many of them say, "What is that?" And some like, "Are you crazy? Those things are dangerous." Only few say they really recognize the fairy thing and says, "Pal, no, I mean those are hard to find. I mean, only you go to the Feywild, those are really hard to find. You have to be very, very lucky to spot one around here."
We might want to rethink what we're looking for, I guess.
Go ahead and roll your Arcana. +2. You might roll a 20.
I might roll a 20. All right. Here we go. Oh, I rolled an 18. So, yeah, 20.
Sure. You have heard stories about the Feywild. Sometimes the portal opens and things pass through. Sometimes people open portals and make things pass through. And we'll have to open, but basically, the what will be the fairy dragons? They will, if they are fresh out of the oven, fresh of the oven in the Feywild. I mean, they will prefer to be outside, away from the civilization. And there are some that are quite tricky. Some even make like to do pranks. But that is just about, about fairy dragons from that role.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily want to go to the Feywild. It seems a little much for 500 gold, and I don't even know if we could get a passage to the Feywild for 500 gold.
I agree.
Let alone passage home.
All right. Well,
I guess the other option is we can go to the forests. I believe there's some both to the north and to the west of the city.
Do you want me to pop up the Airwood map?
If you could, please.
Okay. My sound might get robotic.
Well, darn. I was really looking forward to that. They seem like really funny
Looking
creatures.
forward to it.
And beautiful, too.
Yeah. You never know. We can still find one. There's plenty of stuff in the forest. We could luck upon a unicorn and maybe not die.
Maybe. That unicorn doesn't deem us a threat. Unicorns are very powerful celestial beings. So I've heard.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
This is
Yeah. I
Illumina.
mean, we could go. Yeah, we could go to the woods there to the west of town. Probably 2 days or so. A day, 2 days to get over there.
Maybe, yeah, maybe the mountains. Basically, everything that it's away from what would be uh, the civilization that would be here, and the routes of travel. Uh, this forest here, it's 1-2 ish days to get in wagon to get to this forest. Is 1-3 days. Roughly, there is no straight uh, road through this one. It might take more. The other option, it will be to go down. You have heard, you were in the expedition. You know that there is a expedition here. You might find people there who knows about fairy dragons. Or maybe you can use it as a base to work and search through the mountains. And here, if you want to choose this part, and you have heard about a post they are constructing in here, there where people is gathering, and it is not too big of
Yeah,
a
that one's 3 days away. That's where we went for the Wyvern expedition.
yeah.
I'll leave it to you, Arafir. Where do you feel? You show up and there's suddenly jobs available. What do you think? Maybe you're lucky.
Let's take a shorter route. Whatever makes us the 500 faster. Take things one step at a time.
So if you want to go ahead with the job, what are you going to do?
Why don't we try the woods? I think the woods to the west of town. That's going to be the most like the Feywild, and I'm kind of afraid that between the road and the outposts, that will might have pushed anything away. There's not a whole lot out there in those woods, and we should be able to get the wagon there fairly easily on the road, and then of course off the road we'll see what we can do. Do you?
Yeah, sounds great. Let's get started. Lead the way.
Okay, so you're going to go.
So yeah, we'll.
Okay, so
Well, yeah, we're gonna head to the woods west of town.
okay. You have to cross, walk upwards. You find a bridge, pass it through, and begin to wander around here 1-2 days. Um, I'm imagine you are not pushing it, just the 8 hours of normal traveling and then rest and continue the rest day, next day.
Yep.
You can explore in the places you want to, and you are like forced to stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just carry it on.
So we
Fairly
did take
normal
that long
pace, not
rest
going to
just
push it
now,
real hard.
or was
Sorry.
did we
While
just take a long rest?
Each day you will take a long rest.
Oh, will take a long rest. Okay.
And he's
so while we're traveling, I'll have my owl, basically flying around, scouting around, looking for anything more than the average wildlife. Anything interesting, and also kind of keeping an eye on making sure there's no ambushes or anything.
You're so lucky. Let me check what this thing does.
The owl. I have a. I have a friend who has an owl.
My friend, the owl familiar. He's a very well dignified owl. He doesn't particularly like having. He didn't want me to name him anything interesting, so he just owl was his name. And he has occasionally eaten small things that I told him not to. Fortunately, in our previous adventure, he didn't eat our druid. He was kind of prickly about it, but
I would love to hear about the colors of this owl.
oh, it's a colorful owl.
It is second day of travel. Send your over. You're moving in the plains, and you felt something because he was further away from the 100 feet required for the connection to go on. You do not catch it exactly, but then you see the owl coming closer, and you feel that intense fear, and it's reaching, and it says if he begins to send like warnings that something is coming.
Time to get into action, Airfear.
Oh yeah.
You see that behind it there is a large creature flying, and is getting close, and is catching him. Oh, he's is catching, reaching and closing the distance.
A large
Uh,
flying, you said.
Flying as well, yes. Please, gentlemen, roll perception checks.
All right.
Oh, I am rolling great today.
I'm rolling great today too.
That would be a 4.
Oh, well.
Oh, but I have to roll for the owl also.
Oh, that's right. Your owl has a roll.
No, you all have seen it.
Okay.
The only option.
Yeah, it's. I rolled a 4.
And what did out of field rolled? Out of fear?
Or me?
I cannot hear you,
You.
sorry.
Me?
Yes. What did you roll for perception?
You're cutting out.
What did you roll for perception?
You're both cutting out. Please.
So you roll a d20 and you add your perception modifier to it.
18 plus 1 would be 18.
Yeah. I will want for you to roll an Arcana check. If you want to, Throwback, you can ask your familiar to let you see through him. So you can roll that check as
And
well, but your familiar will be will lose the more of the distance he has. But you can he's in reach.
yeah, I'll do it. And that was a 23 on the Arcana.
Okay. You know this creature, you have read about it. It's a griffin.
Oh, hey! Hey, that's something. It's dangerous. You might be able to ride it later.
Really dangerous. At least for
Hey.
you, it's you know that this can be trained to be used as mounts. But if it's wild, it's dangerous and it eats livestock, horses, cows. It is a problematic creature.
Okay.
Well, what is it, my good sir?
That is a griffin. I think the griffin would make a great addition if we could take it.
I've only heard of those in tales.
Oh, this one's more than a tail, and it's about to eat my familiar's tail. For an action, I will dismiss my familiar.
Not sure if it's me.
Sorry, this one's more than a tail, and it's about to eat my familiar, eat my friend Owl's tail. And at that, I'm going to dismiss my familiar into a pocket dimension.
John, if you are cutting down, you can reload and maybe it will help solve it.
I can end the call and then come back.
Yes.
Sure. The call is not cut down. The transmission is cut down, not cut down. If you go away for a while.
Oh, it looks like I can hear you both clearly now. That's weird. That's okay.
Oh, excellent.
I have really good Wi-Fi and internet, so every once in a while it'll glitch out, but...
Okay. What did you roll for the Arcana?
Me?
Yes.
Well, what do I add? 15 plus... 2. 16,
Yeah, sure. You
17.
have here stories. You know they are dangerous. I will have to share screen, but I'm afraid I do not have the picture.
Griffin.
Okay.
Like a giant eagle. on 4 legs.
Okay, I can share it now. Hello. Okay, you see this coming closer and closer. Please, gentlemen, roll for initiative.
All right.
As soon as the familiar pops uh, up out of this world, you see that the griffin stops for a while, it slows down, looks around, and it sees you, the wagon, and the horses.
She's gonna kill me if this thing eats her horses.
What,
Well, it's
John? What
smart
did you
enough.
roll for the initiative? John, I forget the name. Your name is Talon Robbins.
Oh, you were calling me John, as
Er-
in John Crichton. Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, that email was mainly, yeah, sorry. I rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay, so
Plus
fierce.
3, so 7.
Okay, 7 of initiative. So first goes Troak. Second goes the Griffin. Um, Griffon. And then goes Arofil. Arofir.
I am last.
Yes.
All right.
What are you going to do, Troak?
How far away is the griffin at this point?
He would be around 150 feet.
Okay, so that spell's not going to work. How about as soon as he gets within 120 feet, I'm going to cast Firebolt on him.
Okay, so you're going to hold your action. Do you have
hold
a
my
bonus
action as soon as he moves forward. Nothing I'm using it for right now.
Okay.
And I am going to get off the wagon and place myself between the horses and the griffin.
Okay. Next one is the griffin. He's going to sweep down towards the horses, and he reaches your required distance. Roll for the attack.
God. That's not going to hit. It's like a 8.
Yeah, the
So
firebolt swings close, but not close enough to the griffin, and he dodges it. Let me see. Can you please roll a taunt, like a intimidation roll, to see if he changes his targets? Its target.
is a 14.
14. Yeah, that's enough. He makes a half, like a twist, like a half circle of flying down, and reaches you and stomps in front of you. He is between the horses and you, but this round will not attack. That will hit his dash movement. Next one is Out of fear.
All right, I will. I've been thinking about my spells, and I would like to add animal friendship to my list and attempt to use that.
Animal friendship.
Correct.
Yeah, that would not. Uh, you roll a 15 something, right? You know that this is not an animal.
Well, this spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. It's so what if it's not a beast, then what is it?
It's a monstrosity. But
Monstrosity.
if you want, I can. I will. I will. No. 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 It's not. The spell is too low level for it to affect more creatures.
Okay.
So
Well,
you can
then
change it.
I assume a more violent position and use my weapon, my crossbow.
Okay.
This says light crossbow. Is it the same as a hand crossbow?
No, the light crossbow is the hand crossbow. You can use it with a shield. It has a shorter range, and
Okay.
I think it has less damage.
So the light crossbow
The light
does more
crossbow, you
damage?
get two hands, but it has better reach.
I'm sorry?
With the light crossbow, you can have better reach, but the difference is that the light crossbow is a simple weapon. You will not be able to use. Oh wait, you are a bard. I'm not sure if you can use a hand crossbow. I will have to double
I think
check.
I'm proficient in hand crossbow.
But it is not a simple weapon. You will not be. Oh wait.
Okay. What
Yeah. Let's say that you have it.
what weapon do I have then?
Yeah, I'm trying to check it because I do not remember what the
Weapon proficiency, equipment, or repair, a
okay,
longsword.
as a bard, you can use an equipment. Rapier is longsword or any simple weapon, and that's it. The dagger, you will have it. You will not be able to change it. So it is up to you if you take a light crossbow, a longsword, or a rapier.
Okay. Longsword has a reach of.
It's melee.
Oh, that's right. It's melee. All melees have the same reach then. I'm not sure about the long sword. How about the short sword?
Yeah, the short sword. I don't know what it picked. Maybe it's because the half elves have proficiency on short swords, but the starter equipment says that you will not be able to have one.
Which document?
Uh, Document no, the generator pick it, but from the player's handbook, bards do not start with a short sword. But the light crossbow is good enough. It has better range and
So I
damage
do
than
have a
the.
light crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I ready my crossbow.
You can attack, make the attack roll.
Okay. There it is. All right. 16 plus dexterity, correct?
And proficiency, yes.
and proficiency, which would be
2. The attack, the plus attack is listed in the sheet. You can check it. I will, if you want to, I will open it.
what you sent me. Yeah.
After the carrying capacity and the languages, there is the crossbow, the dagger, and the leather armor, and the unarmed strike if you want to use that one. So light crossbow will be for you plus 5 to hit. What did you roll?
I rolled a 16. I've been getting a lot of those.
Yeah, so that hits. Roll the damage is 1d8 plus 3.
1d8. Right here, here it is. 2 plus 3, 5 total.
Okay, top of the round. Oh wait, the horses. They do not know what it is. They did saw it go down. Right now they are freaking out, but they are not going to move away. If the battle continues to be an issue, they will just try to run away. But right now they're looking at you both to see how do you handle the creature. Top of the round, throw Ak.
All right, so I'm between the griffin and the horses, correct?
No, the griffin have to make a turn while he was flying to land in front of you, or ish, in front ish, and it is right now between you and the horses. So you are on the other way.
Okay, so I'd like to slide around, within. I'm sorry. So how far away from me is it?
It's in melee. It's right in front of you.
Okay. So staying within melee range, I'd like to slide around because I'm going to cast Burning Hands, but I don't want to hit the horses or Aerofear.
So you take 15 feet of movement, make that move, yeah, or 20 to be sure that it's not going to hit anything.
All right. And so it has to make a dexterity saving throw versus 14.
Dex of... Okay. And it fails.
Okay, so 3d6 damage is a whopping 7. So it takes 7 burning damage, fire damage.
Okay, anything else that the spell does?
That's it. For a bonus action, I'll wave my arms and try and make sure I have its attention. It's coming out of my fingers might have done it.
Okay. So he certainly is paying attention towards you and is going to make a big attack at you. A 10 to hit.
10 will not hit. 10 is a miss.
And he like you know how the chickens turn a bit their head,
Oh,
like looking better with their eyes. It does that, and you hear a. Next will be out of fear. What are you going to do?
So the creature is doing what right now?
He just attacked your teammate and is like if he were trying to detail him better.
Okay. Well, that's not cool. I mean, I understand that it thinks that we're a bit hostile since we did attack it, but I will ready my crossbow again.
Okay, make an attack.
18 plus 5.
That hits.
It hits. Okay. And then 1d8. 6 plus 3. 9.
Ooh. Okay. Uh, top of the round. Oh, the horses seem that you had made some hits, and the griffin is looking at him. So just they are slowly passing away from the griffin. But
That's all right.
it's like the horses are still scared because it's a big creature or it's a large creature, and they don't know it. They seem to think that you're handling the situation, but they're still moving away, trying to pull bit by bit the wagon. They are not running their full speed, but they are beginning to move. Top of the round, throw ack.
I'll point at it and cast Toll the Dead. So it's a Wisdom saving throw.
DC.
DC of 14.
13. It does not make it.
Excellent. And that does 5 damage.
Okay. The griffon begins to be pissed off. You see that his feathers are ruffled, and is going to make 2 attacks at you, one with its beak and one with its claw. You hit it, and the claw is sorry, the beak is 13,
And that's a miss.
and the claw is 22.
Oh, that's a hit.
So you take 26 plus 4. You take 9 points of damage.
So the shimmering, as the claw comes in and hits me, a shimmering glow around me flare, and my arcane ward is now down to 1 hit point, but I look completely undamaged by it.
It's Rufus split, but it does the same as it before, and is looking around, a turning his head and trying to detail you better. Next is out of fear.
All right. Do we have any equipment to capture this thing, or what's our plan for that?
Yeah, your equipment, you have it under in the lower, in the final part of your sheet. I don't know what Troak has, and you
We
didn't
have a
say what.
cage and some rope.
Yeah, but the cage is not
That's
enough unless you drop the cage over the griffin.
How would we get it in the cage?
probably something we should talk about before we started attacking this thing. But if you're talking about that, if you're talking about it in the middle of battle, or I would assume we would have talked about it on the wagon ride over. My intention is to put whatever it is to sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Spell
Basically,
that
you
will put
can.
it to sleep.
The basic one is drop him unconscious without killing it, and move it inside, and then close the cage and secure it.
Did we during our talk on our way down here in the wagon, did we ever discuss with each other our spells?
I don't
I
know.
would have assumed we would have spoken somewhat about it,
And
just in a general.
Did you have the sleep spell then, I would assume?
Yeah, I would have told you that I was planning on putting whatever we found to sleep.
All right. Well, I will. Is it within melee distance now?
He's the griffon is about let's say 30 feet away from you. You are in the front of the car shooting and taking cover in the car. The horses are moving away.
Okay. All right. Well, I will ready my crossbow again. Then.
Okay, attack.
14.
That hits.
I've been getting some nice rolls. Um. 1 damage. 7 plus 3. 10.
10 damage. Okay. You see that the griffin is getting a bit rough. Throw what are you going to do? The horses are increasing the speed of the pace. Now, out of here is about 40 feet away from the griffin.
So I'm going to cast Sleep now, but I'm going to cast it as a second level spell, so it's a little bit more effective. Really sure that this griffin goes to sleep. Okay. Because he's far enough away, I should be able to position it so that neither the horses, Arafir is within range, so it should be just the griffin that's going to be affected by this spell.
Sure, roll the sleeping damage.
42.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 8s. So it's a total of 78, but 3 of those were 8s, 1 was a 7. Pretty decent. Pretty good roll right there. Apparently I can't roll d20s tonight, but I can roll d8s.
Yeah, sure, with that amount, with only the griffin in the range. Okay, so we are going to grab things because our player is going to go soon. So yeah,
So I would tie it up with the rope while I sent Arafir to, with the the good dwarven muscle I've got, we can muscle it into
Roll
before it wakes up.
a sleight of hand with dexterity or intelligence, your choice.
Boy, that's the hands. Who we got?
All right, so
So just a +4. Woohoo! 22.
Yeah, they are big. You think that they're big and secure. You wrap it especially around the wings so the creature cannot escape. It had no time to escape. Pero, so you think you have a good catch.
Do we roll for strength so that we can carry this thing to the cage?
Which is
Or
your
do we guide
strength? The strength of you two, which is?
I've got a 15.
And
Strength
his
and
is
muscle.
Ha!
14. I will say that it will take a while. How much time does the sleep last?
It lasts 1 minute.
Okay,
Duration's 1 minute.
yeah. So it takes a while to lift it, try to move it. You have to stop the horses and calm them down. And when you're about to close the cage, the griffin begins to move, and it opens its eyes.
So
What do you?
I'm just going to tell it to relax, kind of talk kind of peacefully, calmly at it, let it know that it's going to have a life of relative leisure, and it will be well fed. Not that it can understand me, but just talk to it anyway.
do we have any?
But you're
I
closing the
believe-
cage. Sorry?
Oh,
I believe
absolutely.
Sorry,
Say.
I
Talon.
believe I have rations.
Yeah, sure. It is listed in your sheet. You have rations.
Do we need rations to survive in this game, in this session?
Yes,
Or
you will wasting one ration per day.
Okay, all right. So now I have 3. Correct?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes.
So because I had 5 and now I have 3. Okay, just making sure. Um,
So we'll have just enough to get back, or will we have one extra?
Personally, I would say let's not feed it yet. Let's wait until we stop for the night. Maybe we can hunt around, maybe find something live, because I don't think it will eat basically beef jerky and flatbread.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I was just hoping maybe we could give it a goodwill, you know. Hey, I'm sorry for, shooting you with arrows.
Go for it. I would keep your fingers away from the bitey end, but good luck.
I think we should catch something, though. I do agree with you that we should catch something much bigger for its diet, I would assume. So I'm gonna hop in the cart whenever you're ready.
sure. Okay, so you turn back that night. Make a survival. Both of you make survival checks.
All right.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Well, I'm just rolling pretty nice ones today. Got a 16 plus 1, this would be 17.
Okay. Truck finds a bunch rabbit nest.
Ooh.
So it helps you provide food to you and a bit to the griffin, and uh, out of here finds a boar It presents a bit of struggle, but you kill it and offer it to the griffin, and the griffin just eat it and begins to uh, destroy the boar with its beak, and you see him taking out the gore and the pieces of inner, the guts stuff. For the next day, the same stuff happens. Similar animals, and you see that the griffin is not that worried trying to escape, but you hear from now and then put head in the cage, uncomfortable in his place. Uh, you arrive to the city. Arrive to the city. Back at Illumina. It took you 3 days back. Uh, and you arrive to the front of the guild. There are people getting close to see the griffin. There are some commoners from the outside the city and enter with you, and some other, even one or two merchants. They are detailing the griffin is a majestic creature. Some have never seen it or seen any of its kind, and others there know about them, and they seem very interested. And you enter the guild uh, with all the commotion. Pincus goes down and looks the griffin. Say, hey, you have a good catch there.
Got lucky. It was trying to eat owl.
Yeah, sure. And he waves his hand, and about 2 hours later, the same messenger that came to post the sheet enters. After looking for a moment, the griffin and say, "Yeah, that's a good catch. Who are the responsible?" And Pincus points at you two and say, "These two gentlemen were the ones to catch this one." And says, "Yes, this is a good catch. Uh, I will ask you, gentlemen, to come to the mansion of my lord, and he will decide if he's interested in your creature."
Excellent.
So, anything else you have to say?
Yeah,
Just head off to see the Lord.
Okay. It takes you about 30 minutes to navigate through the streets of Illumina. You reach to a really fancy mansion in the upper class street. Street. It has it's like a corridor to reach the back part of the mansion, and you enter through it, and there is a nice, very nice garden back in the back. A few moments more, and a very fancy clothes, a very um, classy human male, black hair, goes down, adorned with some um, rings and some necklaces. Enters, goes out of the mansion with two more servants, and looks at you and say, "Oh, so they told me you got something beautiful. Let me see." And uh, aparts you, if you were just more people serving his house, and begins to inspect the creature. Marvelous. This is marvelous. I've heard this. These creatures are majestic. Yeah. Where did you find it?
Well, we were searching to the west of town about 3 days. It kind of jumped right out at us.
Also, so now griffins are attacking people?
Well, it wasn't attacking us per se. My friend the owl was looking for something interesting and beautiful and exotic for your daughter's quinceañera, and it happened to attack him. Fortunately, he's unharmed. We kept him safe, but we found the present.
Yeah. You see how while you're talking, he's admiring the creature, and is it tame, and it enters his hand to try to touch.
Oh no! Definitely not.
And
Definitely
you
not tame.
see that the griffin reach and try to attacks him and try to bite him with his beak, and it is has just enough to dodge the attack, and then the beak closes, and it says, "Oh, that was close." So it's not trained.
Not yet, but what I can tell you is it absolutely is fairly tractable, and my companion and myself have been, taking as much care as possible to begin the beginnings of training, get it used to, humanoids, feeding it, caring for it, and not attacking them on sight. You are a new person, and you did just stick your hand directly at it, so I'm sure it was defensively lashing out. Shouldn't be an issue to train this one. Even a mount for your daughter.
A mount? That's extraordinary. It interests me more. It's a shame that it's not trained. Please, you two,
Well,
roll me.
it's not trained yet.
Roll me, please, an animal handling for the 3 days you were with it. Each one of you 3 rolls.
So I rolled a 2, a 20, and a 17.
Okay. And what did Out of Fear rolled? Talon? Are you there?
Oh, yeah. I was muted the entire time. My apologies. 17, 16, and
What was the last one?
a 2.
Did you hear the last one?
I did.
I'm sorry? Yeah, 16, a 17, and a 2.
Okay. Yeah, the animal is familiar with you too. Sometimes try to beat you because you do not were careful enough, but you managed to calm him down, so it's not that averse to people. You will guess if the people gets feeding him, it could get, because you know that griffons are not that untrusty. Fed a lot. Well, says, okay,
Yes.
I can't pay you right now because of this managing creature. I had to reacting animals all this weekend of this week, and these people is just absurd. Bring him stuff. I can pay you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. No. Go ahead. Say whatever you say.
I'm going to say that we didn't just get your daughter a animal for her for quinceañera, we also got a future mount that I don't know of any other city that even own a griffin, let alone have one available to be turned into a mount.
What are you trying to say?
I'm going to and that I say I really think a sizable bonus would be in order for something as rare as this.
Okay, roll the persuasion.
Both of us, or just
It's
him?
a wisdom. I'm casting suggestion, so it's a wisdom saving throw versus a 14. High risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's it. Roll a 19.
Well,
And he stops it. Stops you. Let's roll it like this. He recognizes the spell, and he stops you before you cast it and says, "There is no need for it. I know you are crafty. I am going to let this offense pass with one condition. You are here to train this creature for it not to hurt my dear daughter. And I am disposed to pay you total 1,000 gold."
how about this one? Every day, when I'm not busy on guild business, until the griffin is fully trained for your daughter, I will be here to assist in its training. I'm not someone who is proficient with the handling of animals. I have some training, and I can assist anyone, and most likely, ensure the safety, help ensure the safety of those that are around. So if the griffin were to get out, I can absolutely help subdue it. But I myself am not trained in the training of animals, and I would hate to ruin such a majestic beast. I pushed my luck, and I'm sorry. I'm willing to do that in exchange for that offense, but I don't want to ruin this beautiful animal. My assistance is all I can offer.
Do you have to say anything about this out of fear?
So from what I'm gathering, the person that we're talking to is our one of our guild staff, or is it the person that wanted the job done?
The Lord. You are talking to the Lord, and your friend committed an offense against a Lord. Is just forgiving him
I didn't hear
because
the offense.
he was casting.
I cast a spell on him, trying to ask
He
for
was
more
trying
money.
to cast a
Oh,
suggestion.
okay. All right. Yes. I would like to apologize on behalf of my friend here. We are fairly fairly poor at the moment, and so he may be a little bit desperate. Roll for that.
Sure, roll a persuasion with
Alright.
disadvantage.
All right. 19, 10. Plus
10
6,
plus.
which is 16.
Okay. And he's going to roll things as well. Okay, after the words of the bard, he's loses a bit more his temperament and says, "Yeah, I understand you people are craving for money, but it is no need to use some magic against us. As I said, I am disposed to forgive that offense in exchange for you to train this creature. If you cannot yourselves you will be tasked to find someone, bring it here for him or her to train it. So um, this can be a beautiful gift to my daughter.
Of course, my lord.
And the stuff is being said, and I just want you to roll investigation. Oh no, wait. Throak, you know of someone who could train the creature, but it's hard to get. Uh, you told me that you were in the chase of the wyverns.
Campaign. Yes, sir.
You know the druids, the halfling druids.
That's right. Yes, there is that the group of halfling druids. That's right.
Are you going to say willingly that they are able to do that?
No, no, no. I'm not saying anything. It is that it's my responsibility since I'm not trained to find somebody to train them. I will absolutely go and find someone. I have a few ideas of people that could train it, but I don't want to divulge too much at this point. I don't want to get your hopes up. I will find someone, and I have a few ideas.
Well enough. You have 2 weeks to find someone. Because in 2 weeks my daughter uh, will get her adulthood, and I need to know that at least you have someone to present this gift to my daughter.
I will go immediately to find the trainer.
Okay, so you take off. What are you going to do? And out of here, how are you going to assist?
I really don't know how I would assist besides go with him.
Okay, assist is if he is going to roll something, you roll for the same thing, and if you got a 10, he get advantage on his roll. Or you can use another related skill, like for example persuasion, that it will be useful in this case. That will give him advantage, unless you are the main one looking. The positions change, and he will assist you.
I'll take the ladder. Yeah, I'll help him out.
Okay, I need you to explain me how are you going to do it.
How we're going to
Okay.
search for assistance?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know the lay of the land as much as you do.
So I know of a group of druids.
Okay.
But they're really private people. There we have to go up in the mountains, but we can only go so far, and we can't actually go into their village. So we're just going to have to go up into the mountains and wait for them to kind of find us. But they might be able to help us out. This is kind of what they do.
Do they sense magic? Do they have a I mean, I would assume that they would since they're druids.
I mean, you don't have to go for the druids. You can search for someone else. But the druids will be
the druids are kind of... Yeah, I think the druids are going to be our best bet. I know them. I'm on fairly good terms with them. And that's kind of what they do. They deal with flying creatures. That's their shtick.
Okay, so it takes you 3 days to reach the outpost, and one more day to reach the mountains. I'm assuming you send your owl.
I do, absolutely.
Okay,
We
one
want
more
to be away
day.
from their village.
Okay, one more day, and uh, you see coming in the night uh, uh, one halfling covered in it will be a leaf-like clothes and armor. He's holding your owl in his hand, like like the sport of hawks.
Falconer. Yes.
And yes, what do you want?
Anything, but I need a favor, and I'm willing to pay. I'm willing
Pay?
to pay in favors. I'm willing to pay in gold.
I am not. We are not interested in gold. But which kind
I
of favors
could.
can you do?
I
May
need
we know you?
someone to train a griffin for me.
A griffin? Do you have a griffin? And his posture
I do have a griffin.
and disposition change completely. And you explain the situation. Need you to roll persuasion.
Uh, 15 plus 6.
I rolled an 18 plus not 6.
Total. I need the totals.
21.
18.
Okay. He thinks for a while. He says, you helped with the wyverns, and we appreciate it. Um, I need to ask you if you have told about us to anyone.
Of your existence. In fact, the reason it took me an here in the mountains specifically so that I wouldn't be too close to your village. Other person know where your village is. I've been very careful making sure that no one is aware of your village.
I am disposed. I can, if I'm not, I can dispose of someone else of to help train this creature, but it is not enough for someone to train it. We need to train the driver, the one who's going to mount it as well. I am not going to enter
I
your
would
city.
expect no less.
We are not disposed to enter your city. It is not our territory, and we are not disposed for them to know about our existence. If you trust well enough this lord and his daughter, as you call them, you must convince them to for them to bring only the daughter and the griffin, and we will help.
So
And it will be
the
not be,
only
of course,
the only
Sorry?
problem is the only problem is that the only way we can transport the griffin is inside a cage, because it's completely untrained, and if we allowed it to go out of the cage, it would immediately fly free.
Yeah.
I need some kind
Okay,
of
I understand that.
assistance to.
I have my methods. We have our methods. You will have to, and he thinks for a while, says, you will have to bring the daughter to the outpost your people are building, and from there we will meet, send someone to teach her and train The griffin. The griffin.
The griffin. Excellent. That sounds perfect.
Sure. And about the favor, I will slide it as for now because you are friends of droids, and those droids seem trustful enough. And he signs the your owl, and your owl flies back to you, and he begins to move away and disappears.
We did it. We need to go. And now we have to talk this lord into sending his daughter to an outpost. Boy, this is going to be fun.
Oh, such an adventure so far.
Okay, you go back to the city for more days. You talk to this time to one of the people in charge. Right now, you see they're trying to feed the wyvern, and some have some bruises and some cuts. But the wyvern seems calm enough, and you speak about them. One final persuasion roll to see what the lords will say about it.
Oh, well.
I am no help. I got a 7.
I rolled a 25.
You're lucky enough that the Lord is one of the investors in the outpost. So he is interested in checking how things are going. He will, after he presents the gift to his daughter, he will summon an escort, and he will tell you that he will ask for guild members to accompany him, and you two must be in there. And after that, he will just he will be with his daughter for a while and see how this will go on from there. And he pays you the 1,000 gold, but he writes down your names. I mean, he asks someone to write down your names because he will not bother with that. And that's about it. This is the end of this session. Do you want to say something about your characters before we go out of streaming? Or
Thorak has learned his lesson.
okay, first one. Let's say first one in initiative order. Thorak, what are you going to do?
If Throlak has learned his lesson, he's going to go spend some more time in the mage tower because and he's smart, but he has got to work on wisdom. Got to learn to when to keep his mouth shut.
Okay, and out of fear, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna thank Thorak. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Thorak,
yes.
Thorak? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna thank Thorak for allowing me to accompany him on this adventure. It's been thrilling and enlightening and exciting. And it's like
and rewarding.
Okay. You both get 1 point of experience. Talon, there is a pinned post in the group where is listed the homebrew leveling up for the guild. You basically now you are level 2.
Okay.
Whoever you want to exchange those, you want to multi-class or keeping Bard. Griffon, what are you going to do?
Try and eat people.
Okay, and let's end the recording here. Thank you for playing, and thank you all for watching. And let's see each other next time.
All right. Have a great night.
And it's over.